All right. Okie dokie, chat. Let's do this. I always like starting the day with our short report to get right in there and look what's happening in the short interest of all of our different stocks in the world. So let's get right to our short report with Rock. Good morning, good morning. You're watching the short report with Rock in the morning at Bulldog Trading. It is April 14th. It's a Thursday. It's 7:04 in the morning, and we're going to look right in on our short information for AMC. Let's get it going. Here we see that currently AMC is sitting at 19.99%. Current short interest of the well, not flea, but free float. Got some GME next. I'm waiting for it. There we go. 20.09%. So they flopped a little bit there. I believe AMC was a little higher yesterday than GME. Let's look at those sympathy ones that are kind of tied to these. AMC with HYMC, their mining company that they invested a bit in. We're at 5.8 and on threshold list. BBY had quite the day yesterday with that loss, that unexpected earnings loss. However, once the pre-market reacted to it, it did start to take off as soon as market opened. That's 17.5%. Let's go ahead. We'll look right over on our FOMO list up top here. We got CRXT. Let's see what we can learn here. KOSS. That's right. Also, at this current time at 7:06 in the morning, we are having some news on Elon Musk and Twitter, and I'm going to be bringing an article to that as soon as our short report is up here. We got the short information. Okay. Is this one correct here? We're going to have to figure this out and reload this. Look at that. This is now the highest current short interest of free float I've seen through Ortex. And I'm interested on this stock to look back in on this one in about an hour and see if things change at all or what. But we're at current short interest of the free float at 280% on CRXT. And absolutely it's the highest I've seen on there. Next to, I think, at the time, INDO was a really high one that I'd seen before on there as well. So this is interesting. CRXT. KLDO is number 2. Looking at 9.29. DLPN, that's Dolphin. Dolphin Entertainment. I've had eyes on this particular company before. It might have been a half a year ago at this point, but I do remember DLPN. ONCY is next on our FOMO list. Again, this is just a great way to kind of start the morning and look in at some short interest on a couple different stocks that are already running. So it's why I like to begin. Well, I begin with our AMC and GME because that's our boys. But then I like to go right into FOMO list just in case, just to give us a little bit of extra information. A lot of times the FOMO list is running on okay, now this is PETS, PETS, by the way, and we're at Oh, did I just look up the wrong thing? Look at that. I looked up PETS and it's at 24.2%, which is nothing to sneeze at. So that's a good one for us to know. But I am completely misreading that one on the FOMO list. It's PBTS and not PE. And so that's going to be Power Bridge. But yeah, so I was saying on here, this is just a good way to kind of get some insight past maybe some news, because I know news is really one of the big movers for pre-markets often, right? Whatever the news is hitting. And then beyond that, I like to look in onto some of the fundamentals of that company that's maybe moving on news. This one's on NNVC, nanoviscerides, I believe. Oh, and ARG. AIRG will be next. AIRG. Oh, come on, ARG. 1.5. Almost through this list on our FOMO. CBAT is next. CBAT. 8.14, and there is that Twitter. Twitter is on our FOMO list now. Now, last time we checked, it wasn't that high of short interest, but we'll keep an eye either way. All right, we're at 6.5%. That being said, let's go ahead. We're going to turn our attention to the other side now. This is our watch list, and we're just going to do a quick scan down. The way I like to do it, I'm looking at the volumes right now. So I want to go through some of the higher volume ones right here in pre-market, and also just knowing which ones in our general communities have been being talked about a lot. And one of them, of course, is Mullen. We will jump in on Mullen and see what's been up with that. Mullen Automotive. Looking at 15.3%. It's on the threshold list as well. Let's look at that IMPP play we have all been seeing, Imperial Pete. Got that 10.6%. It is on threshold list. Yesterday we had Viru, was a big runner. Any Veruvians out there? We have this one short is 12.9% on Viru, which was a big runner yesterday. Now, let's keep on our list on our side here. Look at some of that volume. Let's look at Neo. Neo seems to have some volume. Looking at 5.3%. Let's look up ATER, Aterian. And this one really rolled yesterday. This was very exciting to watch. We've got a ding, 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 winner, chicken dinner. It is up since yesterday, too. It's up some percentage points. It's at 41.74. It was at 41.23 yesterday. So let me just make note of that one. It's on the threshold list. I know it doesn't say here right here because it has the NAs because of our pre-market. However, yesterday it would have shown during the market hours that the cost to borrow is very high and 300% plus. The 100% loan utilization, and it's got a lower float as well. You have that one there. And how about ANY? Annie, which is Sphere 3D, and 2.4%. BBIG will be next. Vinco Ventures. There we go. Looking at 16.23%. Vinco Ventures. Let's look at CEI. This was a runner yesterday. Let's see if it can extend. We'll see what happens here on our day before our long weekend. Looking at 9.1%. Let's look up SENS. 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 Sensionics. This is also a highly talked about and eyed stock. SENS is up there at 21.02%. Let's peek in at Nile, Nile. This one has been on top of a lot of different highly talked about stocks online in the past couple weeks. 11.8%. And speaking of which, let's peek in at SST. This has also been a highly talked about stock recently. Looking at 29.4%, and it's on a threshold list. That's a good confluence of some factors there. And let's look up, what's another good volume runner? How about SNDL? After SNDL, we'll do our Tilray. We'll do a couple different Marinara ones real fast. SNDL is at 9.24. We'll look at Tilray. Or will we? There we go. 14.78%. And let's look up our CGC play on there. Again, we're looking up some Marinara plays at the moment. CGC is the highest one we've looked up so far in the Marinara sector at 21.6%. Let's look up OGI. That one is Organogram. All right, we're at 5.46%. That is going to wrap up our movement through some of our high sentiment, highly talked about stocks throughout the community. Let's go ahead and we'll just check in. And this time we will look at we'll quickly peek here. Usually when we do this list on our short reports, I have it arranged in our short score being the top one here. which Tattooed Chef is at the top. Blink, GoEV, Weber, Beam, Joanne, FUV. These are some of the old horses we've been talking about past week or two, really, which are being put into here with a whole bunch of different factors, giving them a score, and it's right above my head here on the menu. You can kind of see that score scrolling through 88.5. You know, Sens was there at 88, Sweet Green 89. So you see them going up as we move here. Now we're in the 90s. Joanne and Beam, Weber's 93, Go EV 94. Now, once you get to Tattooed Chef, we're at a 96, and that's in their short scoring. But one of the ways that I like to also go further on this is just throw in a couple of our different arrangements. Let's go ahead and look at the highest cost to borrow, for instance. Let's see what we got going on here. See if we have any fun thoughts. So we are at highest cost to borrow here, 236% is ADTH. So these are not financial advice. This is not me getting behind these plays. However, I would personally check these out and do some DD on them and see why what are these plays? Cost to borrow is so high on some of these. What's going on? ADTH is at the top, WBX, Sweet Green, Beam, HLTH. We got the TRVI, IO. There's IRNT, which is at the bottom of our watch list over there. Food, Blink, and Weber and EVgo. So that's some of our highest cost to borrows. Let's go ahead and just arrange it in the estimated short interest of the free float. Let's put it at the very highest one real fast. And then we will see it arranged in a way that Camping World is actually at the top of this list as the highest short interest of the free float is Camping World. And then actually will see a lot of the same ones that are on our short score winners list is now going to be arranged in the highest short interest ones. Okay, so that is going to wrap up our Ortex section of the short report. Thank you, Ortex. It is the most detailed information we have as retail traders available to us. So we jump into that one now. Bonus content on the end of our short reports. We like to do a quick look around the market and see what some of the highest sentiment talked about symbols are. Again, this helps prime the day to get us rolling. We do it every day on Bulldog Trading 24/7. We got a channel going right now with live traders in the chat. Come over and join us. It's free. All right, so here we go. First set of trenders, we got Twitter at the top, TSM second. We still have Adder up there. Viru, GS, WFC, RAD, UNH, ATOM, and BCTX. Go there. So these are the trending symbols the past 24 hours. This is StockTwits information here. Thank you, StockTwits. So this is next going to be the most active in the past 24 hours. We had our Adder, SPY, and Viru, AMC, Mullen, BBIG, Nile, BFRI, Tesla, and SHIB. Then we'll go ahead and we'll look in at our most added symbols to people's watch list in the past 24 hours. If you watch this program, you know that I like this list. This is fun to me because I believe that sentiment is a fundamental now. So sentiment meaning, if people are talking about them. Viru, Adder, Twitter, BFRI, CRTD, BCTX, SHIB, TSM, NVIDIA, and KLDO. That's our quick list there. And let's check out what Reddit has to say about this. We got this arranged in, you got upvotes, mentions, and amounts of mentions per 24 hours, like an up percentage of points, and it puts them all together and gives them a score here too. So you got Adder at the top, SPY, GameStop, Tesla. There's a SST, AMD, and Weber. So look at Weber now. I don't know if you guys are noticing this. Weber is 7,700% up. So something's being talked about there a lot more than usual, right? Now, if you've also been tuning in for the past couple weeks, Weber has been at the very top of short score, in the top 5 to 10. So it's interesting to see this now popping up into 7. We'll keep eyes. Twitter, JP Morgan Chase, NVIDIA, AMC, TSMC. I believe that was one that was on our most talked about ones over there on the StockTwits one. Bed Bath & Beyond. We've got Meta, BitNile, Microsoft, DTE, Archaea, Apple, Amazon, C3 AI, OI Glass, Vertical Aerospace, got BBIG and ARC, Farser Group, Gartner, and there's Viru. Lululemon made it up there. I'm not going to go too much farther on here. You usually like to keep it to the top 30, but I'll do 40 now because I'm feeling frisky. All right, so there's our slow scroll back. These are the most talked about symbols on Reddit and 4chan right now in the past 24 hours. So this is high sentiment stuff going on. If you see a symbol that kind of interests you, this is not saying these ones will be definite runners, but there are people talking about these. So we might want to do our own analysis and try and see why and look into it if these are going to pop off or not. All right, we're just going to slowly get to the end of that one there. And we will end our short report today going through our threshold security list. You will see that we have ATER at the very top. We got Beyond next, CELZ, CWBC and CYRN, FFIE, GFAI, HYDR, HYMC, IMPP, Jasper, Longeveron, got McLeod and Mullen. Oh, uh-oh. Who do we have on that? Who is that there? Pixie, Pixy, has landed herself on the threshold security list. If anyone watches, I believe the community knows that I made a lot of plays on Pixie long ago, and she has since been in a downtrend for a while. So it's interesting to see that on there. Not financial advice, but I'll probably wonder why and look into that. SOXQ, SYTA, UTAAW, and VLON. So there we go, you all. That is going to do it for us today. Thank you so much for tuning in for this morning's short report. You've been watching Rock in the Morning at Bulldog Trading. I hope you have a wonderful day. I'll see you soon.